World War One at home. The latest evictee from The Apprentice. Matt Baker from The One Show talking about the Rickshaw Challenge. And now the Rickshaw Challenge returns this year to raise money for children in need. It's in its fourth year, having raised more than £5 million for charity. The latest challenge is to travel from Salford to Walford. It's taken them years to think of that, hasn't it? This year, it's a little bit different, though. It's 5 young people, each supported by projects funded by BBC Children in Need, will be doing all the pedalling across the 450-mile trek. One of whom is Matthew Humphreys from Swaddlingcote. You probably heard his story this morning with Ian Sky on The Breakfast Show here at BBC Radio Derby. But there's no need to fear, as they won't be alone, because Matt Baker of The One Show will be along for the ride, offering support and advice. I caught up with him earlier.
It's the Rickshaw Challenge time of year. It's the wonderful, honestly, talk about fresh mornings, getting up early and going on a massive bike ride. Yes, it is that time of year again.
You have created a monster by doing it the first time, though, haven't you?
I know. Well, the thing is, right, it raised so much money that how could we not do it the second year? How could we then not do it the third year? Now, here we are in the fourth year, and, you know, we've raised over £5 million with the Rickshaw ride, and it's so much good that you sit round and you think to yourself, this year, what should we do? What should we do? And then you go, well, to be honest with you, can we come up with a better idea that's going to capture the imagination of the nation? And just because they donate, as obviously from the figures I've told you, they donate in their thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds.
So Salford to Walford then this year?
Yeah, and we've taken on a little bit of a different tact with this, because this year it's all about giving our riders the chance to connect more with our viewers with speeches and to tell them exactly how it has changed and transformed their lives. So as well as having to cycle the distance, they then go off to crowded environments. We've got the ATP tennis tour, the Strictly crowd. We've got comedy gigs with Frank Skinner and, we're going to a football match as well, Derby County versus Wolves, and then the BBC Food Show. And basically, the riders are going to go there and individually deliver this speech, which we'll film and what have you, and that'll all become part of the VT and the video that we filmed during the day, you see.
How do you feel when you see all these things coming together? Because you do so many different things. Is this sort of tagged in the diary?
Well, the Children in Need week up to it, to be honest with you, is kind of, you know, let's just see what we can do and raise as much money as possible, really. So as soon as you finish the Rickshaw ride, you start thinking, what should we do next year? What should we do next year? Because, you know, the One Show audience is so incredibly generous, and, you know, it's Heartland UK, and it's the family audience, and that is really what we're going for. Because the fact is, as you know, it doesn't just help the child in need, children. It's the whole family and the whole support network, and really that's what we're keying into with the One Shot. And it's incredibly special when you see the impact that these individuals have on our viewers and the fact that they just want to support them, you know.
Are we going to get you through the gate of the iPro to come down, or are you too busy?
Do you know, because I'm cycling the whole route with them as well, you see. So if I'm there with them at that time, then I'll stay on the bike. If I've got, if I can come along, of course I will. You know, I'm out there to raise as much money as I possibly can. So whatever I'm needed to do at that moment in time, I'll be going with the flow.
And how painful is it at the end?
Do you know, it gets easier, weirdly, because I think day 3 and day 4 are the hardest, because you're thinking, oh gosh, we've still got a long way to go, my legs are tired, and then obviously once you're over the halfway stage, you've only got a certain amount of miles left to go, and by the time you get to the end, it's absolute elation. And then you think, how am I going to cope tomorrow with me not getting up at this time and pushing myself? It's a strange psychological thing, it really is.
Listen, it's great catching up with you as always. We look forward to seeing you down at the iPro, and I wish you well, and we'll speak soon, all right?
Thank you so much.
Matt Baker talking to me earlier about the Rickshaw Challenge, which is coming through Derby in the next few days. And don't forget, we'll hear more about that on BBC Radio Derby.